An orange is the commonest fruit world over. Acidic with a pH ranging from 2.9 to 4.0 and rich in vitamin C. The fruit derives from the species of Citrus sinensis, famous for its taste and appealing appearance and the attractiveness it commands at both household and commercial levels. By the year 2012, oranges accounted for more than 70% of all the global fruits grown, retailed and consumed. Where does Zambia stand in this ocean of citrus abundance?
Pano nigulisa ma production ma fruits ya South Africa. Okay, ya South Africa vama kambati majiemu but ya mankarako ya kuru tikagura ya South Africa asiyana na yatu ya Mzambia. Ya Mzambia yatu ni ya ngono kugulisa ni wanu kwacha manja ya South Africa ina ngutima kuchita 2.5 na 5 kwacha.
Orange ya mushi ni ya Mzambia. Chifukwa kai ya South Africa tuishwe babika. Mumba ya Zambia tuwalishoka watu wabonfya tea compound abonfya nyama flowers zokulabika. So mumba ya South Africa fye bali matatu ashofya babika.
Exotic to Zambia, oranges in the country enjoy a supreme advantage of a conducive climate with temperature requirements ranging from 15 to 29 degrees Celsius. Frost-free weather calling for a lot of sunshine and requiring a lot of water. An orange comes from an evergreen and flowering tree which sits well with the modern framework of farming trees, a concept in which farmers begin to look at trees like citrus as an integral business entity on their farms. Automatically, the market dynamics of demand and supply come into play if production has to be sustainable.
Just look at the two. I mean, honestly, if I'm buying for my family, I buy the local ones. Obviously, everybody wants to buy local because, you know, it's obvious. But the fact is, I'm buying for a lodge. Now, if I show them this, on my display at the lodge, what are they? When I show them this, obviously they want to see this. So I mean, I think usually they should actually try and get some more quality control going on here.
But what do local voices have to say about the Zambian orange?
There are too many of South African oranges on the market. So, in my own opinion, I think Zambian oranges, if they were to be more on the market, they would do well. And I think if they've got enough juice, they taste really good rather than South African oranges.
Orange ya Zambia better than the yonse koma kabiri ngatu yogulisa ya loko siyankala yokupya maningi siyankala maningi orange amankala green. So ngatugulisa muno mu Zambia muzako amina gulisa ya South Africa. Ya South Africa yaenda maningi bakonkako kala bantu.
In the first place, it was a challenge because you look around, you find all your oranges are ready for market. And when you take to these supermarkets, you'll find that they prefer those which look very yellow or red from South Africa. So you go with your green oranges and what, until they started testing them. After testing, they looked at the quality, they looked at the taste, they said, okay, that is okay. So eventually we used to take to supermarket like Melissa. But when the marketeers started knowing this place, they come on their own. Every 2 weeks or every week, they come and pick, they go and sell. I'll tell you that some of the oranges, my oranges here, they have found themselves as far as Kasumbalesa. Women come and pick from here, they take to Kasumbalesa.
But I'll confidently say that my orange would be better than the South African one. Why do I say that? Number one, the the shelf, those are stay longer on the shelf. But these are very, very fresh. Especially the women like our oranges. Especially when Mr. Mwito was telling me, they like the oranges because they are fresh. But those which come from South Africa, they stay longer on the shelves and so forth. So the quality, yes, it's just almost the same.
The production of citrus fruits in Zambia has been rising steadily from 1,000 tons per annum in 1961 to 4,400 tons in 2011. At global scale, however, this growth is of negligent significance, pitting the country out of the global map of citrus producers. The state of affairs has wielded a golden opportunity for imported oranges into the country.
Our main source is South Africa, but we do stock local oranges as well, though the supply is not as consistent as South Africa. We sell them as is, or we transfer them to the other departments. We've got a fruit stock department there, where we sell freshly squeezed oranges, and a market cafe, the restaurant on the other side there.
With a ready market supported by a bubbling base of local orange producers, Zambia's potential for production of oranges and other citrus fruits remains unexploited.
I think technical know-how, because I think some time back we used to have what we call agriculture officers. Us now we depend on, you see your fruit, what is causing this, or maybe some sport, you have to pick that fruit, you go into town, go to this, the chemists ask, say, what is this, and what, then they will advise. But if you have extension officers to advise, I'm sure we'll definitely go a long way. It will be, and also the government, in terms of the challenge, if you look here, if you were to ask me how much money do you want, I'll tell you that I don't even need any money. All what I need is that if they can give us something like, I need water here. Yeah? We'll say, okay, how much does it cost for you to do a borehole? We have one borehole, again it's 480 trees. If you say, look, your challenge is water, we will invest in this water. Eventually, I know that this is something that will pay on its own. It doesn't need me to work. But once we have enough water, I will go a long way.
Us Zambians think that what is from out there is the best. And that's the thing that we want. I want to fight so hard to get out of our minds as Zambians. We need to encourage each other. We need to buy what is Zambian, So, because not so many of us are interested into growing this and this. They'll just quickly walk and buy this and that. But I'm looking at the next generation. It will not be easy, but it's a dream that will outlive me. But as I've begun to push this, I believe it will come to pass.
Well, Zambian oranges, one thing I've noticed about that is the quality is not as good as of yet. I think the major problem with Zambian farmers at the moment is funding. I think that's the biggest issue. If that is tackled, then I think we'll be golden.
Challenges which we are having, look what here is the oranges coming from South Africa. Yeah? Just the color itself, it tells someone, oh, this is a better orange. Those are the challenges that we have. Like us, we had to have them first. They eat, that's when they realize that, oh, these are very tasty, these are very sweet oranges. So eventually now they have known my oranges, and they're happy with the taste, they're happy with the quality, because the challenge which was there that, look, let's produce, most of these oranges we have with this country, those small, and maybe when you eat them, they are bitter. Those are the challenges. Said, okay, how do we beat this? How do we go around this? So make sure that the oranges have enough water. The oranges have, the spraying is adequate and up to what, then the taste is good. So far we are trying to, it's difficult, but we'll be there.
An orange is mostly a hybrid fruit which produces infertile seeds. Its propagation, therefore, depends on bud unions that aim at producing a variety of hybrids in the range of navels, nachis, and mandarins. Could it be, at this nursery stage, where Zambia needs a lot of research programs? Are we sure that we are propagating the right market-driven oranges? What is the quality of oranges we produce to satisfy the markets?
It's important because here I'm doing propagation, and I must do it right for the final product to get the actual quality that we need. If you go on the streets, you find young people carrying plants, and so forth. These are some of the backyard kind of production, and they will just sell a lemon and tell you it's an orange. But from here, we make sure we produce the actual variety, so that even when the farmer buys, they will still come back to us and say, yes, what you sold us is what it is the variety that you said it was. So that's the most important thing. And also, we would like the government to come in terms of citrus research. For example, in South Africa, they have a citrus research institute there, which regulates what kind of plant we should sell and so forth, things like that. And I know maybe they have something like that here, but they have not really followed it up in terms of regulating. But the government should put in a citrus research institute, put in money into that, so that we can have the quality that we see in ShopRite, the quality that we see, those women selling the oranges that are coming from South Africa. The market for citrus plants in Zambia is there, but you cannot see it. It's there because we have the common market for people like you. I have people who buy, just come and buy a few plants, 1, 2, up to 10, 20. Yeah. And we sell also to nurseries that do not produce citrus, because this is a specialized kind of thing that I do. So some nurseries here in Zambia, those who deal in flowers and other plants, they cannot propagate this. So they buy and resell. One of the nurseries that buy from us, that is well known, especially here in Lusaka, is Rose Garden. The Rose Garden, they buy a lot of our citrus, and they sell quite thousands of our plants. And Sandy's Creation, they also buy our plants, and Green Finger Nurseries, they also buy our plants. So the market is there. It's just that we Zambians, we need to change our mindset, because we think that plants and fruit that come from across the border from South Africa and Zimbabwe are the best. And that has just distorted the whole thing. It has caused the local producers to lose market. Yeah, we're struggling, but I'm pushing to the point that we'll get the Zambians to know that yes, Zambia can produce the kind of quality that comes from South Africa and even Zimbabwe.
The best way to grow a healthy tree that produces fruit is to purchase a young tree or seedling, mostly produced by growers using grafting techniques. Zambia being in a warm and temperate zone, fruits may be propagated by budding, a technique that can be used whenever mature buds are present and the bark is not slipping.
How we do the grafting, the budding rather. So I use razor blade. Yeah, there is what we call a budding knife, but I find razor blade easier because it does not disturb the tissue of the scoin so much. As you can see here, I cut an upright T and then I open it up. how I cut the bud. Very simple. Most of you can do this, but you just have to have the patience of waiting for the tree to grow. So this is a plastic strip. I'll tie it there. Plastic strip. I'll just use a common plastic. Normally you would buy these things, but a common plastic, a clear one would do.